What color are they on camera?
They're socks that got stuck with some overly dyed denim in the wash.
So you see the blue?
Yeah.
Okay. So I thought these were white. They are not.
You can really tell that they're not white next to that awesome t-shirt.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, what's good guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today we got a detailed look and breakdown on these. I don't want to call them bad boys. Potentially, it's possible, but I would like for you guys to kind of temper your expectations because mine were quite high when I first saw these. I think that these aesthetically, these things are just one of the best non-signature things, like as far as like the flagship Jordans, right? So like Michael's actual shoe, but as far as their, I guess you could consider it its team line. Even though this is a signature for Zion Williamson, I still consider these kind of like Team J's, which I love Team J, so don't like take that the wrong way. But I just think that these are gorgeous. Like this is like one of the cleanest looking designs I've seen them do in quite a while, especially with all the weird like engineered flight stuff that they do where it really doesn't fit in with anything that is Jordan, but this to me does. However, the performance features that are on here, some of them feel like they'll be great, some of them feel a little mediocre, so the traction is beastly. This feels and looks great. I think that it's going to be great laterally, you know, shifts in directions and things like that. If you are running and then you do a hard plant and then you want to either go in another direction or maybe you're going to do a cross, a step back jab, whatever it is that you're trying to do, this looks and feels like it's going to cover it for you. So I hope that it really like stays true to that. On top of it, like all these little grooves, they feel mad pliable. So like I just think that they're going to really like grip and bite the floor the way that traction should, which is great because the first model, man, the traction on those was awful for me. Like I was like on skates. It was insane. These though, they don't feel like they're going to be, you know, a disappointment in the traction department. The cushion though. Uh-oh. The cushion is another story. For somebody like Zion, like you would think that they're going to go all out with the cushion. They did in the first model. The first model was full length air Strobel plus zoom under the forefoot. They were comfortable. Like that was probably the one thing about the original model that was great, was the cushion was awesome. This shoe, they switched it up a little bit. I'm not disappointed in it, just disappointed in how it feels, not in how it sounds. So what we have is forefoot zoom air. The style of zoom unit is this, so it's not disappointing in that sense. However, you can't feel it. That's the weird part. Like this is a comfortable zoom unit in almost any other shoe, but this one. I think the reason is though, because this entire forefoot section, like this big wing right here, all the way to the interior of it is all rubber. Like it's a big, thick rubber cup sole. It's not super thick, but it's a cup sole. And when you have something like that and you have it caged in there, there's nowhere for the foam and the zoom air unit that's inside of the foam to move. Therefore, the feeling of it is muted. It's there, but it's not. It's what we call dead cushion. I don't know how to counteract this. Like what I would have done was done a full zoom Strobel, which is sort of what they did, but not. The zoom Strobel isn't in there. However, there's an air Strobel. However, it's only half. They took the tech specs from the first model, they kind of carried it over, but they changed things a little bit. Something I think is really interesting is that when you take out that insole, that air Strobel's right there. Like it's pretty dope. Like I love seeing that. So like this thing right here, it's half of it, okay? So it's sewn in there, it's halfway there. And then there's a regular Strobel the rest of the way, and that's where the zoom is embedded underneath and all of that stuff. You can feel the air. You can also feel this foam. Like all of this graphic right here is actually the foam. I don't know what kind of foam it is because there was nothing on the tech sheets or the press release, but it feels like it's injected Phylon, which is really fluffy and bouncy Phylon. Basically, the heel kind of reminds me a little bit of the Kobe Protro stuff where I sink into the back of the shoe because the back is softer than the front. I don't like that feeling. I don't like what it does to my Achilles area or my calves and my tendons back there. It just feels like it overstretches them. So everything in my legs kind of feels stressed out when they're just idle, which I don't like. But again, I like the implementation. I like the idea or the thought. I just don't think that it was executed well. Also underneath the air unit, you can actually see the torsion bar, which is cool. I like seeing that too. I'm worried though that that thing's going to puncture the air unit. It's literally right underneath it. The plus side is that most of the flexing of that torsion bar would be the front, and that's where there is no air. I just think that it's going to be possible. Some really big dude like a Zion or whatever is going to be boom and twist the shoe. It's going to puncture it, and then you're going to have a popped air unit. The good thing with that is that Nike does warranty their products, their air unit products, for up to 2 years. So if you have something that's actually faulty, you are completely covered. Before we get too far into everything else though, the shoe itself, like I said, I think is beautiful. I personally think that this looks great. I see a lot of Jordan nuances from like previous models and stuff like that in there. I see a lot of the 13 just out of the base. So it's not identical, but you could tell that it's kind of like influenced influenced by and everything. The main part that really kind of set it off was that heel. Like, I think that that's like almost the same shape and everything. So I think that's really cool. So you could tell that stability is a main focus on this, which is great. You got a trainer like strap on the forefoot. I think that's cool. I love the real Zoom Air logo. This is one of many, but it doesn't say Air Zoom. It says Zoom Air the way that it's supposed to. So I dig that. I remember this being on like those old Brett Favre shoes. They had a midfoot strap with the weird like chromey like colored effect. It was dope. You also have like little ankle pods back there. I don't know if that's from the 5 or from the 6. Either one could be, you know, whatever. That's kind of like what this design reminds me of too, like the 6 and the 7 a little bit, where they got like those like shapes on the upper that kind of builds out the 2 and the 3. I don't know if this is supposed to be a Z or a 2, 3. I don't know. I could see it a little bit. I see a little bit of Jordan influence throughout the shoe, which I think is dope. Now the materials are where I'm like super disappointed in them, because again, this shoe for a debut signature was screen mesh, a little bit of ripstop, and plastic.
Awesome. Wow.
We're talking signature shoe. I grew up in that era, the Jordan 12, 13. Those shoes were signature shoes with premium builds, premium leathers. I know that things are different now, and I know that the way that they market things are to like promote lightweight stuff and everything, but that's not what it is. It's really just cheaper manufacturing. It's cutting costs to appease the shareholders and everything, because everything's about profits. It's not about product anymore. It's about profit. So as long as you keep that in mind, then you're going to kind of keep your expectations in check, and that's exactly what this shoe is. It's a second shoe. You expect them to up the ante, like with the Jordan 1. First off, it was a beautiful shoe, but it was made with premium everything. What did they do with the second one? They went to Italy. They upped the ante. What are they doing here? They went from plastic to felt. This whole graphic panel right here, I thought it was foam at first. I was like, what is this? And it's actually just like really fluffy felt with a vinyl coating on top with that really cool graphic. They can source better stuff than this. I just don't think that this is signature worthy, let alone Jordan worthy. Jordan's the upper echelon of everything. I don't care what anybody says. When you're pricing your shoes at 200 bucks and you got this legacy brand and all this stuff and you sell out shoes every week, there is no reason why this should be like this. Like, there should be a little bit of something special on here, and there's nothing. I mean, other than the look. I do like the mesh at the toe though, so I like that. A little bit of modern with a lot of synthetic. Now, as far as the fit is concerned, they do fit true to size. They are a little roomy in the forefoot, so wide footers, you're probably gonna like this shoe right here, as far as like just going true to size, and they're gonna actually fit you right from the jump. You're not gonna have to go up half a size or break them in or anything like that. They feel good. For somebody like me with a normal foot, or even someone with a narrow foot, I still think that they might work for you, because underneath this strap area, it's not quite independent. They do stitch it on at the eye stay and at the base right here, but when you cinch the laces up, it does enclose a little bit more. So you will have a little bit of like bunching up here, where like the material's not gonna like feel like it's sitting on your foot. Some people don't like that. I'm one of those people. I like to feel like I'm in something, like locked in, you know what I mean? Like if I'm on a roller coaster, lap bars are not my I don't like those. I'll piss my pants. You gotta like full on holster me in there. I'll feel more comfortable. I don't feel like I'm about to get thrown out on a sharp corner or a turn. And that's kind of how I feel with shoes, where I wanna feel like I am locked into the shoe one-to-one. And when I lace these things up, they don't feel like that, because it just feels a little bit too roomy up here, above my foot, not like lengthwise. However, again, wide footers, this might be one of those shoes where you're like, yeah, this fits me awesome. So for that, I'm happy for you guys. One of the things though, I do love this strap thing. I think it looks great, but right here where it's not stitched in, it just bows really weird when you flex. It looks awful, okay? It just looks really cheap. It makes the shoe feel like it's breaking on you, like right from a step. And I just think it's really weird. So with these strap areas not being fully independent like I thought that they were from images, I feel like they should have just stitched these on. It would have been better. It would have given a little bit extra strength to the shoe, especially in the forefoot area. But I don't think it's going to be a performance issue. It's just an aesthetic issue. But with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for all the support. Let us know what you think about the Zion 2 down below in the comment section. If you already have a pair, are you disappointed? Are you enthralled with them? Or do you love them? You know what I mean? Like, are you a wide footer and they fit you perfectly, therefore you like them? I'd like to know all your guys' thoughts down below in the comment section. And again, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for, you know, this is coming soon. There's 2 of them. We got black and cement and white and cement as a pack this time. 88, 89 in a row. And then the logos, I don't know if you guys are probably not gonna be able to see it, but the Sense logo back there is gonna be custom to the shoe. You know, the splatter print. The elephant print, the logo will be elephant print for the 88 launch. Stay tuned to Sense Apparel at Sense Apparel, and you can also go to the website senseapparel.com, sign up for the email newsletter for all of the updates. And again, with that being said, I'm gonna take off. Thank you guys for being here, and until next time, guys, have a good one.